Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of What I Prepped Today. Really hope the TV isn't too loud, but we've got people who are hard of hearing in the other room. So today is a haul from an estate sale, but I want to let you know that everything you see today was absolutely free. How do I get free things from an estate sale? Well, you got to know people. No, not really. After they have estate sales, normally the entire everything that's left is donated or it is given to somebody who does house cleanouts. Well, I happen to know somebody who does estate sales, and then I had the opportunity to do one of her cleanouts, and I've decided I can't do that. It's just not something, I'm not able to move furniture, and honestly, to try to hire somebody to do it, I actually did that on the internet, on Facebook. I tried to hire people, and when you explain to them what it is, normally they just say they're not interested, and these are people who don't even have jobs, and they just aren't interested. So that's it. But here's what I got. I love using these bale lids, bale jars. That one's an Anchor Hawking. You can see that was priced $4. Normally, this would have, she was trying to sell that for $4, and then it would have sold for $2 the second day. She does half off. Now, this one is not for home canning use. It's Anchor Hawking. But it is, that one was $1. This one $4. I don't know what accounts for the different prices. But I like to use these. I put tea on them, in them. I put coffee in them. I put my dog vitamins in them because they needed to be kept in the refrigerator. And I started out with a really tall one, then went to a smaller one as the vitamins went away. So what I did was, when I did this estate sale clean out, I just kept the few things that I wanted, and I have so much, I don't need a lot of things, so it was just like, yeah, I'll take that, I'll take this, and most everything else, you just pack up in boxes, where you let your family come through and say, hey, take what you want, and if they're nice, they donate you some cash. You can also take these items to sell. You can list them on Let Go, eBay. What are the other ones? I'm drawing a blank. Craigslist. So, for instance, this is one thing that was in that clean out that I did. It was, there's 274 hearing aid batteries and some extra little supplies in here. Some of them have expired. Some of them are good for another couple of years. And I actually had that listed, 274 batteries plus supplies for $30. And the size of those batteries is, well, it doesn't even say that on there, does it? There's the best by use date is 12/20, 1.45 volt. I know nothing about hearing aids. There it is. Is that it? A size 13? Is that what that means? There they are, P13s. And these ones are good until 2021. But no one was interested. Maybe it's not a common size. And so actually I am probably just going to take these to donate them, or I'll, just lower the price and list them. But if you are somebody who is watching this video and I still have them and you're interested, if you pay the shipping, you can have them. So I like the older scissors. I'm not sure if these ones are salvageable. They've got some rust there. And I'm not sure what brand that is. Here's a nice pair of pinking shears. Some vintage jewelry. I don't know if I'm going to keep this, or I don't think I'm going to keep it. I think I'm going to try to sell it for a couple bucks, and we'll see how it goes. Some twisty earrings. One of those penny crushers. Oh, that's from Cabela's. Another pair of scissors, a vintage button. I'll give that to my sister or my mother-in-law because they both like that. Some shamrock jewelry. I'll give that to my mother-in-law. You get little things like this. A Pyrex small cup. These are the kinds we use, but I honestly have enough small ones. I don't need that. getting rid of that. And these are a couple other things. I honestly don't know why they were in the box of stuff I'm keeping. These are, I'm not even sure what kind of tools these are. I just grabbed them to keep in the keep box to see if my husband can benefit from them. Some tiny funnels, 2 little heart Christmas decorations. I have a couple more like those and I just like them. Another pair of glasses. I explained to you before that I hold on to glasses for a couple of different reasons. This is a new wall plate and a landline phone that works. Always good to have a landline phone. If you still have landline connection in your house, it's good to have a landline phone that's not cordless, that doesn't rely on electricity. If your electricity goes out and you have a landline phone, you'll still have access to call out if your cell phone doesn't work. And a pair of scissors, Richards of England. My husband will sharpen those for me, and then I'll see if they're, you know, something I want to keep for in my sewing items. Little nippers. Candles, you know I'm crazy about candles, and here's a nice big candle that was only burned. Well, it's halfway down there. But this is the best thing. Honey. And you know, honey doesn't ever go bad. This is sealed, never been opened. And not too long ago, I did a Trader Joe's video where I showed you, I think I paid $16 for this size of honey, and I was really pleased that I got a good deal. So now I have 2 free ones. And then here I have 2 pillowcases that I kept, and I'm not going to use those on my bed. What I do is for my serving platters and baking platters, I keep them in my pantry, and it can get kind of dusty if you don't use them a lot. So I stand most of them up on their sides, but I put pillowcases over them so that when I want what I want, when I'm looking for something, I just have to peek in the pillowcase and see what's in there. So that works out really well for me now. And then cloth napkins were there, and I kept those because although I would prefer all one color, over the years we've just picked up so many that are different colors. I love to use cloth napkins just to save not buying paper napkins and not using the expensive paper towels. And this cute little tablecloth, it was a nice spring color, so I kept that. And then even if I use it once or twice and then get rid of it, it was free. A lot of times there are totes available, so I kept some of those. There's an eye mask that you put in the refrigerator and it gets cold. Some jingle bells, just some little non-essentials. A strike plate for a door. I'll just throw this in my husband's hardware drawer in case he needs something like that. And there's just another candle, and I even save my candle wax and melt it into jars so that I have a lot of candle wax in case I should ever need to make my own candles. I just have to figure out how to make my own wicks. And then a lot of times, especially in an estate sale, there will be things like these socks that are in really nice shape, and so I'll just take those to the Goodwill. So now I'm just outside showing you some things that are in the boxes that I'm going through today that we brought home from one of the estate sales that we got the free things from. There's this nice little pie maker. I'm not really into making things like this, but I just thought I'd like to try this. You know, with the grandkids, they'll probably get a kick out of that, especially if they can make their own. That little block, you know, the extension plug block thing. I do like my candles, so I kind of liked this candle holder. I saw past what used to be a nice arrangement, and I'll take off that greenery and that bow, and then I'll use that maybe until I get tired of it or it gets dusty. And it even came with its own candle. And there are 2 Wilton cookie plates. But those aren't really for cookies. They're for, I can't remember what they're called. But I held on to those just in case I want to make something for the holidays. But I'll probably end up giving them to my sister because she's more the baker these days. And probably not last and not least, there was a gardening section. And it just had a lot of these little things. There's a vintage ashtray. I don't smoke, so I don't know what we'll end up doing with that. Probably donating that as well. And garden accessories, I always keep those because you never know when you're going to need them. And then these knee savers, still in the pack, and I thought I can definitely use those. I don't do anything with these except put this out into the barn where I do the gardening, and we'll see how that goes. And, oh, that's cute. But I don't know if my daughter will want that. It's not something I want. A house is not a home without a dog. So here's another thing to consider if you would ever like to consider doing house cleanouts. When you do a house cleanout after an estate sale, you have to take everything. So we had to take this scrap wood that was in the garage. Now, if the place usually still has garbage service, you can just put it out for the trash. If they're trash, take that. But we took it because we do some hogu culture, but we can also burn it in our wood burner. And that's it. That's my freebies from my estate sale and how you can make a little bit of cash on the side. But let me warn you in advance, my friend who started doing the estate sales said that in the beginning she started keeping everything. She would see something and she would like it and she would keep it. And she said, well, pretty soon you have to start being extremely selective about what you keep and how many of something you keep, because otherwise you just get too much stuff going on. You just have too much. And then even if you start selling it, you have to be selective about what you want to sell, because a lot of things don't sell. You think they will and then they won't, but then you learn. So, but then again, like I also said, you can always take that to the donation center and do that. So that's it. That's what I'm prepping and unprepping today. I'm getting a truck full of stuff ready to take to the donation center. So be blessed, everyone.